Welcome, sweet friends, to the channel Frugal Money Saver. My name is Emmy. My husband is Paul. We're so happy you joined us today. Today we're going to share with you some budget living secrets. We all need to buy things now and again, and we're going to show you today 8 items over the past month that we bought. How did we do it? What did we buy? We are going to explain and show you all that in this video. And we're also going to take a very inexpensive cut of meat and we are going to turn it into a comfort food meal. So stick around, sit back, relax, and let's get right to this video. As you know, Paul and I do not shop as a hobby. Like, we don't go to the mall and just walk around. We do like going to flea markets. We do like going to thrift stores. But what we've learned to do is to keep a list with us of items that we may need around the home. The measurements of those items. So we needed a mirror for the powder room redo down here. So we knew what size we needed. We wrote it down. We were on the lookout when we went to flea markets, tag sales, things like that. If we were to need curtains or shades, we would measure the window. If we're looking for a picture, we would have seen what measurements it is that we needed. So that's a great tip. Keep an ongoing list of your needs and even a couple wants that you can be on the lookout for at deep discount prices. And that's just what we did. Another thing that we don't do is rush purchases. Impulsivity and frugal living do not go hand in hand. They're like oil and water. They don't mix. Impulsive purchases tend to cost more. They are much less thought out. And usually it's something you see and think, oh, I would like that. Practice patience when it comes to buying items that you need or even want. A little bit of wait time, I guarantee you, and you can read through past comments because I know you all have shared examples of this. You will find what you need when the time is right and the price is right. Always check your house first. See if any of your needs can be met with another item in your house. If you need new decor in one room, do you have some in storage? Can you take it out of another room and breathe new life into it in the room you're looking to decorate? Be creative with what you already own. Before you make any purchase, no matter what it is, always ask yourself, will I really use this? And for how long do I see myself using this? Is this going to be something that's going to be really fun for a week and then it's going to sit on a shelf and I'm never going to look at it again? Is this truly the best price I can get for this item? Or should I wait just a little bit, look around and see if I can find something cheaper? So those are just a couple of tips we encourage you to use before you purchase. First thing I'm going to share with you is a want of mine. And this is super small, but this will just give you an example. Once in a while, a want is not a bad thing, especially if you can keep it like for just a couple dollars or $5 or less and do it infrequently. For something as small as what I'm going to show you, this was something on my want list. And well, let's take a peek and I'll show you what I got. We all have some wants that we would love to buy for ourselves. Now, the trick with that is getting them when they are super cheap. 75% off or more. When we were in Lancaster, Hobby Lobby was having a clearance sale. Now, you all know I love to work in my Happy Planner. This is Paper Studio Sunflower Paper Crafting Kit. It was $6.99. $1.74, and this one is the 12 Days of Christmas, $6.99, $1.74. I use these to decorate my Happy Planner. So we're getting a page of stickers, some sticker letters, a whole pack of different fall die-cut shapes. They're just beautiful. Add those to the pages, and then 10 pages of beautiful fall scrapbook paper. And I will decorate the pages with these as well. The Christmas one is the same. You got a sticker sheet, a chipboard sticker sheet. We have 10 pages of gorgeous seasonal paper I can cut and use. And then we also have 36 die cut shapes as well, all for the holiday season. That's the way to be a savvy budget shopper. That was just a fun little wand for under $5. And I know for a fact I will use it in the next 2 months. So when I see something like that, I allow myself that little splurge of a wand. Now let's go to the Dollar Tree. So many of you struggle with the Dollar Tree. I see comments about that a lot, that you go into the Dollar Tree and you end up spending more than you should on things to decorate the home or something that catches your eye. What we suggest you do before you head into the Dollar Tree is to come up with an intentional list. Intentional shopping is another thing we really encourage. That means you enter a store for a purpose. You need certain items from that store and you stick with a list just like you would do if you were grocery shopping. And that's what we do at the Dollar Tree. So let me show you what we got at the Dollar Tree, our intentional purchases, and the 3 items we bought we think are well worth $1.25. We needed a small waste paper basket for the new bathroom. This is perfect. It's white, it's small, and it looks much higher end than $1.25. Even the shape of it. I use rubber gloves on my hands to wash dishes every day. And these are some of the best I have found. They last, they're reusable, they're thick. $1.25. I always get the larger size because they always seem to run a little small. But again, something I needed. And at $1.25, these are way cheaper than anything you're going to find in a grocery store. And this little scrub brush, this was perfect for the need we had. What are we using this for? I'm going to show you right now. This is our outdoor heated bird bath, and as you can see, it gets pretty dirty. We change the water every single morning. I needed a brush to scrub it out, and this one was perfect. I wanted the brush to be clean and new to make sure there was no residue from anything we had cleaned something else with that could hurt the birds. It got rid of any buildup that was on the bottom. Once I was finished scrubbing it, I just rinsed it out. You can see what a difference. I filled it with fresh, clean water, and now our birds are even happier. Now on to CVS. CVS is another store when they run specials. You can find some great bargains. They were having all their summer items at 75% off. And we're going to show you what we bought and how much it cost, and wow, again, how much we saved. This was another amazing deal for September. Akabashi shoes are around $25 a piece. I'm going to show you a clip right here for these exact pair of shoes from their website. $24.99. These are some of the best flip-flops. These are no dollar store flip-flops. And you want to know the best thing? When you walk like on the beach or in sand, they leave little flower footprints. So cute. Really well-made flip-flops. I got these at 75% off at CVS for around $5. You know what else I love about these? They are made in America. That always makes me happy to buy products made in our country. So for $5, I'm going to put them away for next season. We paid 64 cents for one of these. Not only to keep our food when we travel locally cold, because you know when we go long distances, we use our electric cooler. This is great for a local errands, keeping water and food cold. Also, coming out of the supermarket in the summer, putting this with your meat and your dairy to keep everything cold. And another thing that we do when we are in South Carolina, because we tend to eat out sometimes in South Carolina, is we bring a small cooler, and now we can put these in the cooler if we have leftovers at restaurants. That same brand on Amazon for a 3-pack was $12. We were able to get 3 for around $2. By the way, this brand is also made in America. Now, this is through the month of September. This isn't in the last day or the last week, nothing like that. You can see how we have saved buying things that we can use in the future and that are useful and are basically some needs we have. The last little haul we're going to show you was done at 2 different flea markets. We needed a mirror for the downstairs powder room. So what did we find, and what did Paul also find that upgraded the powder room even more? Let's show you. Here's the powder room before. We had nothing above the sink and nothing above the toilet. We were looking for a mirror. Here it is.
So could this be more perfect? Look at what we found at a flea market in Stormville, New York. This beautiful, gorgeous mirror centered in the bathroom to give it a lot more depth, making the room look bigger. Look at this. It's got a beautiful design around the mirror itself. Silver on white. It just complements this room so much. It's amazing how this came out perfect. And guess what we paid for it? $20. Now, this is a 2-foot by 3-foot mirror, and it's beveled glass. You can see right up in here the little bevel in the mirror. It's just gorgeous, and you can't find this for that price. So I'm going to show you what something similar goes for at the Home Depot. Just look at that. In our bathroom, we needed new wall plates for the outlets and the switch, and as you can see, this just doesn't match. We need to match the white of the plug and the switch, and the beige isn't working. So instead of running right out, I kind of waited around a little bit, and guess what? I stumbled across these in Pennsylvania at a flea market for 50 cents. They're made by Leviton, which is a good name. And here on Amazon, you can see it's $5.71 a plate. I also found this wall plate for the other part of the bathroom for 50 cents also. So look at this, for $1.
So there you have it. What do you think of the mirror? We think it's absolutely perfect. The more we looked at pictures and did research, they said a small bathroom will appear so much larger if you put a bigger mirror in it. And that is what we did. We centered it. It transformed that whole room. When you walk in, it's beautiful. I am so happy we got it at such a great price. As you could see, Home Depot, how much more it would have cost us. They actually wanted $30 for the mirror, but I asked if they'd take $20 and they did. So that was an absolute blessing. They didn't even hesitate. I think they didn't want to take the giant mirror back home with them at the flea market. So that was a bargain for us. So we're actually done with that room. And it was such a savings the way we did it. If you have not seen our bathroom redo, we will link that video down below in the bottom. Take a peek at that. It's time to get into the kitchen now. It is fall. Full force here. Flannel sheets are on the bed. The temps are in the low 50s at night. It's chilly. Stop and Shop had London Broil, which is one of the most inexpensive cuts of meat you can buy of beef. You all encourage me to keep using my Instant Pot, and that's what I did. You are not going to believe how quick, how delicious, how comforting this meal turned out in a minimal amount of time with some basic from scratch ingredients. So let's turn the camera around and get into the kitchen. This is a top round London broil. It was originally $7.79. Then it was on sale for $3.99. And then with a digital coupon, it brought it down to $2.50 a pound. So this is about 2.5 pounds. So this came in a little over $6 for this whole piece. For our Instant Pot London Broil, these are the other ingredients we're going to need. About 2 pounds of potatoes, and we just chunk them into big pieces. It called for 1.5 cups of water and 2 packages of onion soup mix. You know I'm not going to put that onion soup mix in. So what I am doing is I'm using 1.5 cups of my chicken stock. And yes, I promise you, you can mix chicken with beef and it will taste wonderful. And then what I also did to give it that really good onion flavor is I cut up a small onion and we're going to add that as well. I'm also adding some cut up celery because we want this gravy to have some great flavor. I've got some baby carrots. It called for 2 carrots cut up, but I had baby carrots because they were on sale, so we're going to put those in. Clove of garlic, salt, a little pepper, and some rosemary. And then we're going to need a little cornstarch at the end just to thicken this gravy. I put the Instant Pot on saute and I added about a tablespoon of butter because we're going to brown our London broil first. So I'm going to wait for that to melt. The butter has melted and it's starting to sizzle. So I'm going to take our meat. Oh yeah. And we are going to brown both sides just for a few minutes. We browned both sides of the London broil. I'm going to take it out of the Instant Pot and I'm going to put it on a plate and just set it aside for a minute. Now, very carefully, because this pan is hot, we're going to add a little bit of our broth. I'm just going to scrape up the bottom, add a little bit more. I will link the original recipe down below, so if you want to use the onion soup mix, you sure can. And we're just going to continue scraping all that wonderful flavor off the bottom. We deglaze the bottom, which means to scrape up all those little delicious bits that are stuck to the bottom. Now I'm going to add my onion, and I'm going to add my clove of fresh garlic. Now it's still on saute at this point. So we added the garlic and the onions. I'm going to hit cancel. And I'm going to take the trivet and I'm putting the trivet in and I'm going to put our meat right on top of the trivet. Ours fit well. You may have to cut yours in half and put it next to each other, but ours seems to fit really well. We added the potatoes now on top of the meat. And now I'm going to season this with some pepper. Just keep in mind the Instant Pot is hot while you're adding these ingredients. So I just added a little bit of salt and now my favorite, a little bit of rosemary. And I'm going to take the carrots and the celery and put those on top as well. Just make sure you're not above the fill line, which I'm not. We put our lid on and we're going to lock it. Make sure your steam valve is closed. We're going to go down to pressure cook, and it says between 30 and 40 minutes. So we're going to do it at 35. There we go. And then when that's done, we're going to do a quick release. The timer just went off for 35 minutes. And we are going to release this carefully. I'm still afraid of it. That little silver pressure valve just dropped, so we know it's safe to open now. So our potatoes are super soft. So we're going to take the vegetables out and put them in a bowl. So we removed some of the vegetables. Now we're taking the London broil out. We're going to put it right here on the carving tray. And we're going to continue to take the vegetables out, then we'll make the gravy. I canceled the InstantPot and I am going to put it back on saute to make the gravy. In this bowl, I have 1 tablespoon of cornstarch and 1 tablespoon of water. I just added that to the gravy. Remember, the pot is hot. We're just gonna let this cook for a minute, let that gravy get thick. Here is our bowl of vegetables. Look at this. Just a perfect comfort food delicious meal for this time of year. Dixie agrees, as you can hear. Oh yes, that was Paul approved. Any of you know who my husband is? He is a meat and potato man, and that has got to be one of his favorite meals. It was delicious. So keep your eye out for those less expensive cuts of meat. Your crock pot is another great way to cook those types of beef as well. So we thank you so much for sharing this time with us today. Today's question of the day. Share with us down below in the comments section some ways you saved money in this past month. It could be on anything. Was it a tip you used to preserve food? Did you actually purchase something and save money on that? Did you come up with a great economical recipe? It could be anything that you were actually like, aha, this was a great savings. Share that with us down below. It will not only encourage us, but our viewers as well. Thank you again so much for being here. We appreciate you all. We thank you all for all the love and support you give us and our channel. We ask that you would please give this a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. Come on in and be part of our frugal family. We ask you to be well. We ask you to be safe. And above all, we wish you blessings. Until our next video, may God greatly bless you.